if you're scrolling on Instagram and TikTok and you're starting to see the same content that you saw last week, you might be wondering what's going on. And there's actually a very interesting explanation for it. The first thing you need to know is this is fairly common. This comes up every once in a while, and it's pretty widespread. A lot of people notice this usually within a week or so of each other. And this is not something you should panic over. It is something that actually gives us a little indication on what's going on inside of that app. This typically happens when either Instagram or TikTok is working inside of the app. They are building out a new part or a platform addition or a new function or a feature that we're going to see anywhere from the next couple of days to the next couple of months. And while they're inside tinkering with things go a little haywire. And so we'll start to see glitches. And this manifests in multiple ways. One of them is repeat content, where we're seeing things we saw last week. And there are other things as well. But when you start to notice glitches, whether it's just you or a whole bunch of people, that typically indicates we're about to get a new feature or functionality, and they just accidentally messed something up on the inside. So when that happens, there unfortunately is no real way to refresh that. You can kind of try those refresh buttons. Certain social platforms do give you the ability to refresh your feeds, but it's not really going to change anything because it's just an internal glitch. So this usually lasts about 1 to 3 or 4 days for most people. And again, this can kind of roll out in tiers. So I might experience it today. My best friend might experience it next week, but it's all connected to the same thing. So when you start to notice this, unfortunately, you can't really change it. You're going to have to either scroll past those things that you've already seen, or the best option usually is just to bounce to a different app for a day or two and consume content over there. You can also use it as a learning experience, of course, to see why they're showing those popular videos again. Usually they go with the more popular ones or the ones that got a lot more views than the others. And you can use that to understand what the algorithm is looking for, what it's serving to different people, and how you can implement that into your content. But that's a bit of a digression. And a lot of that we discuss in our TikTok and our Instagram playlists here on the channel. I'll link them for you. But you want to make sure that as you're going through this, you don't get overly frustrated with it. I know it's really annoying to see the same things over and over and over again, so just switch apps. Usually if it's happening on one, it's not happening on the other, so that's going to save you a lot of mental taxation when it comes to going through this content. It is not a fun thing to go through, but it does mean something cool is coming. So when you see this, we're not panicking. We're not worrying about it. If you need to find out if something's going on, if there's some kind of glitch, I've actually done videos, I'll link it down below, on how to know if it's a you issue or a site-wide issue, if it's some kind of glitch that everybody's experiencing. So I'll link that for you down below. But for the most part, it's just kind of one of those get through those couple of days and then you'll be back on track with your algorithm. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing you did wrong. There's nothing you can do to fix it. You just have to get through it and understand that at some point in the next few days to weeks, you're probably going to get some new cool feature inside of that app. And you should be watching for that, because if you can leverage that when it comes out, your content will get seen a little bit more than usual by leveraging that new feature or functionality. Drop your questions on this down below. Let me know if you're going through this, because I've gone through it recently and I've had a lot of questions recently. So let's talk about it in the comments down below, and we'll see you for our daily videos helping you navigate the world of Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, live streaming, and the tools and resources you need to navigate your social media so you can save time and effort while making more money and having an easier time creating that content. We'll see you then.